It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's exciting times in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I'm sure for many parents out there, it's back to school time. So we are chatting to human potential and parenting expert this morning, Nikki Bush, about how to deal with first-term jitters. Did you used to suffer from first-term jitters, and how is your child handling things? Maybe do connect with us on this conversation. But Nikki Bush, so good to connect with you this morning.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Fabulous to be with you in the new year.
Absolutely. Nikki, I don't remember my first day at school, and I do think that my mom was a bit more nervous than what I was. But I mean, it's normal. Children get nervous. They have those first-term jitters. But why do they experience this?
Well, Jamie, if you just think about yourself when you start a new job, don't you also feel uncomfortable and weird? And in fact, it's so exciting to start a new job or go to a new school until the night before. And then you've got a tummy ache, and your child might have a sore throat, you might have a headache, a backache, all those reasons to not go. And it's just that fear of the unknown. It's stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's the same whether you're starting a new job, whether your child's starting at a new school, it's all change. It's all new and it's unfamiliar. And this will affect your children, whether they're in preschool, primary school, or in high school. And it doesn't have to happen only just when your child goes to a new school, but it actually happens to every child to a greater or lesser degree at the beginning of every new school year.
And I mean, I still get nervous every single day before a live show, so I totally understand. But it's obviously that fear of the unknown. Would you then say change is good for children?
Well, yes, actually I would. Although change is unsettling, it's also a stimulus for growth. And it's all about having to get used to new things. So a new teacher, a new classroom. The classroom might not be in the same block as you were in last year. So it might be in, say, the senior primary school, not the junior primary school. Therefore, there's a new playground. There's new friends. There's maybe new rules, because every teacher has their own classroom rules. For every grade, things change slightly. There's new expectations. And so while it's unsettling, it's also good because it teaches children to be adaptable and flexible. And these are two of the key X factors for future-proofing your children. The thing is, we must not go into effect of what's going on, because parental anxiety is unbelievably infectious.
Yeah, for sure. But I used to suffer from that back in the day. I remember always wanting Luca to have a set routine. So I wanted to make sure he ate at 5 o'clock. He was bathed by 6 o'clock. But, changes do happen, and it's all part of the learning process. But then how then do we as parents, put in play that our kids stay calm, they remain calm for this new term, for this new journey and this new school?
Well, I have to admit to the fact that I was one of those children who hated the first day of school. And my own children, I had to be very careful not to let my own anxiety from my past, from my childhood, infect my children. So what my husband and I used to do was we would swap roles for the first couple of weeks of a new year, where he would do the drop-off and I wouldn't. And then my kids were calm because he was calm. So a lot of it is to do with you, the parents. So you really do need to get yourself in hand and under control. So swapping roles can be really good. Then another thing that I used to do was what I call the lipstick kiss. So what is the lipstick kiss? Well, let's see if I can do it for you. I did put extra lipstick on. I used to kiss my child's hand. This was when he was in preschool. Mwah, with mummy's lipstick kiss, okay? And I used to say to him that this meant whenever he looked at it, he knew I would be back later to collect him. And that also showed him that I would be thinking of him all day while he was at school. So it was that reassurance, and it was a calming emotional anchor, which really helped him enormously. To this day, he remembers the lipstick kiss. So you got to wear your brightest lipstick when you're going to do the lipstick kiss.
Nikki, we are not going to let you go anywhere. We spoke about the children. Now let's maybe speak about how the parents can stay calm. So we'll be continuing our conversation with Nikki in a bit, so stay with us.
It's my feel-good
everybody. Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Class is officially back in session. Now, we are discussing how to deal with first-term jitters with our resident human potential and parenting expert, our best friends, okay? Nikki Bush. Nikki, are you still with us this morning?
I am, Jamie, and looking forward to sharing some more ideas.
We spoke about the children and, we spoke about giving them love, allowing them to have a routine. But then how does going to school foster independence in children, allowing them to make their own decisions as they step into this whole brand new world?
Jamie, this is such an important part of parenting because ultimately the goal is to let our children go one day, and going to school is part of beginning that process of separation, of children taking responsibility for themselves, of being able to live without us for a couple of hours a day. And so as your children get older, obviously in preschool, the first few days you're going to walk in and probably carry their bag, but then gradually they must carry their own bag. And then when they get to primary school, the first week or two, you'll walk them to their classroom in grade 1. But ultimately, you need to let them walk themselves in and carry their own bags. And then they learn to pack their own bags, unpack their bags, remember their belongings. So all of these things are important in child development. And of course, at school, they get to learn new things, and they also get to follow their interests and their talents with extramural activities to express themselves, and of course even to learn how to compete.
Now, I know you have an exercise that you teach the children on how to, keep calm, help with those first-term jitters. What is it?
So I think we need to help children to keep perspective. And sometimes the fear of that first day of school or the first few days in the first few weeks of school, because children settle at different rates. Some children, within 2 days, they're done. Other children, within 2 weeks, they're done. And some children will take a full month at the beginning of the year to settle. So we need to show them, get them beyond the fear. So I talk about dangling a carrot. And depending on your children, dangling a carrot could be a really good thing to do, where you say to them, when I pick you up this afternoon, we're going to go and visit Granny for tea. So now they're thinking about going to school, but they're also thinking beyond school, what's going to happen this afternoon. And it could be as simple as going to the pet shop to go and see all the new puppies and the kittens. Children love things like pet shops, or just to go home and bake a chocolate cake this afternoon with you. It could even be as easy as a premix if you're not a baker. But something where there's a sense of togetherness and belonging with you, because remember, we've talked about the separation. They've been with you during the school holidays. Now they're being separated from you. They've got to get themselves over that. And we are part of creating that bridge from ourselves to that independent state. We are so part of this process, but we also have to get our act into gear and be more prepared for those school mornings that we've got out of, we're not familiar with that anymore during the school holidays. We've also got to start preparing the night before.
Nikki, thank you so much for your sage advice. So glad that you're starting us right for the year 2022. Have a wonderful day further.
Thank you so much, and good luck to all of those parents who are dropping their children off at school.
Aww. Once again, that's Nikki Bush, our resident human potential and parenting expert, a good friend of ours, sharing some ideas on how we can help our kids deal with those very familiar first-term jitters at school. And moms and dads, it's okay.